on the ship, taking us a slave. You said we were the ones who were the brave, but it was you who took us on the good ship, Jesus. What you told me was my Savior, but my Savior is Yahushua HaMashiach, the one who died for me. Didn't want us to find out who we are. Didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. That we are the chosen ones. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. So you lied to us. Took our name from us, stole our identity, stole our language. You didn't want us to write a week. Now our eyes are wide open and we can see. Shot us, killed us, raped us, robbed us, sold us into slavery, threw us into the Atlantic, left us for dead, drug us behind the horses and walked us, even right our men. Breaking sex bomb, lynched us and forced us to breastfeed your babies, not to mention devil's punch bowl, which you tried to erase from history. Everything we learned, we must not learn. The truth will set you free. Come on out. Don't be slave mentality. We are not a religion, but a nation. Royal priesthood, got a special possession that you may declare. The praises of him who brought darkness into his marvelous light. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. That we are the chosen ones. You didn't want us to find out who we are. You didn't want us to know who we are. You didn't want us to see who we are. We are the chosen
Shalom, fam. I'm here with more hypocrisy. Shalom, Onika, B1 Queensland, and everyone else watching and not commenting. That's fine. That's cool. I understand that. But more hypocrisy. You know, the FBI has a history of plotting and planning to kill black people. I'm going to show you the history of the FBI long before Trump supporters. See, they didn't have a problem. They didn't have a problem with the feds as long as they were working against black folks. They didn't have a problem. See, the minute they go to operating against some of their folks or their political interests, it's a problem. And let me be clear, black folks, stay out of white folks' business. All right? Let them handle that. That's family business. Stay out of white folks' business. All right? Stay out of it. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Let me show this clip right quick. This pictures. I'm looking for a video. All right. Let me just go on and get into it. And you know, I'm not a fan of Caucasian Nazi Network. I'm not a fan of Caucasian Nazi Network. But this is the video I'm choosing, all right?
New pictures just into CNN. A group of armed Trump supporters gathered outside the FBI office in Phoenix, Arizona. Photographs taken this morning showed Trump supporters carrying handguns and assault-style weapons on the street. That is allowed under Arizona's open carry law. One of the demonstrators said they're at that location to support Trump and protest what they call the unlawful search at Mar-a-Lago. This week, the FBI, along with the Department of Homeland Security, issued a joint intelligence.
Now, they protest an unlawful search at Mar-a-Lago. I'm not mad at them about that. What I'm calling out is the hypocrisy. As long as it's the FBI, the government are doing illegal stuff for black folks, these hypocritical so-called Christians and your so-called fake allies ain't got nothing to say. Okay, let me give you some more instances of it. Where is your white so-called Christian leaders who sold out to God, as they said? Shalom, DSB. Where are they getting together with the black community to protest the injustices? Huh? Where they at? Okay, where is the NRA when you got legal black gun carriers getting shot down illegally by the cops? Where the NRA at? Huh? Where your Me Too movement at when black folks, thousands of black women and children go missing every year? Where they at? I started off, I'm going to get into the CIA next. How they flooded our street with these drugs. I'm going to get into them next, sometime this week. But nevertheless, let me finish. See, I want y'all to start scrutinizing, analyzing, and suspecting your so-called white brethren that y'all think your friends out here. It's been known for 50 years. I want you to start suspecting them. All right? I'm not saying accusing them. What I'm getting at, don't trust them. Do them like you do black folk. That's what I'm saying.
One of the demonstrators said they're at that location to support Trump and protest what they call the unlawful search at Mar-a-Lago. This week, the FBI, along with the Department of Homeland Security, issued a joint intelligence bulletin warning of violent threats against federal law enforcement, courts, and government personnel, as well as facilities.
Following the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago, the Bureau is monitoring an unprecedented number of threats fueled by dangerous statements like these.
This is Gestapo crap, and it will not stand. The Department of Injustice needs to be cleaned out if they're going to start pretending we're some sort of banana republic.
This should scare the living daylights out of American citizens and say, we have got to change our federal government. The way our federal government has gone, it's like what we thought about the Gestapo.
Now, with all fairness, ain't the government supposed to submit the lie they tell to the will of the people? That's the lie they said. The government is supposed to form itself to the will of the people, right? Then what is this he talking about? Huh? What is this he talking about? After all, they is ciphering money from the public. Aren't they supposed to be operating in the so-called public's best interest?
Oh, people like that they just go after people. What we thought about Soviet Union, what we look at Latin America, we have got to say to ourselves, this cannot be our country.
Just yesterday, the names of the two agents who signed the search warrant paperwork were circulating online after the unredacted warrant was leaked. Joining me now is Peter Strzok. He is a former FBI counterintelligence official who played a central role in both the Hillary Clinton email and Trump-Russia investigations. He's also the author.
That's enough. I don't want to get into all that. But y'all get the picture. Now we finna get into our business. That's white people business right there. We finna get into black folks' business. All right? Now, let me start over here. How many of y'all familiar that the FBI tried to get Dr. King to kill himself? How many of y'all are familiar with this letter? Huh? You can read it. You can look this letter up, and that's right. They cry foul when it happens to them. See, they haven't realized yet. This is the Most High doing, and it's infinite wisdom. They flooded our neighborhood with drugs. Now look at them. The drugs is tearing them up. They've been plotting on killing us and trying to extinguish our numbers. Now the Most High have ordered a decree that their numbers be limited. They ain't figured it out yet. What they doing to us is coming back on them, but it's coming back on them double. They ain't figured it out yet. They've been plotting. The feds got their hands all in the cookie jar, trying to get black folks to kill each other. And now it looks like they waiting finna get ready to kill each other. You understand? All right. But here go the letter right here. Now, y'all can type this in and go to it yourself. That's all you got to do. You can type that in. You can even type the letter in. All right. National Archive. Look. This is a letter the Fed sent Dr. King. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, how many of y'all know the FBI had their hands in the assassination of Fred Hampton? The feds. White folks didn't have a problem though. You didn't hear the preacher saying nothing. They didn't have a problem with that. They didn't have a problem with King. They didn't have a problem with the feds trying to get persuade Dr. King to kill himself. They didn't have a problem with that. Yeah. This is well documented. I've done a couple of videos about the government, the Fed's role in the assassination of the Fed's role in the assassination of Fred Hampton, using the Chicago police. All right. I've done a couple of videos. All right. Now, okay, that's basically what I got that from. Let me see if any videos pop up. In the video. Okay, but I've done a couple of videos on this, y'all. Y'all know what the deal is. It ain't been too long ago. You just go back through the stuff. All right, it ain't been too long ago. All right, now I'm gonna go back to that. Doctor, how many of y'all knew Dr. King was killed in the hospital? Let me get back to this. Now, this is what I want to get to. Why is the feds guilty of let me see what this is. I know what that is. Hold on. How is the U.S. government found guilty in the assassination of Dr. King? Huh? How is the United States government found guilty in the assassination of Dr. King? The white folks ain't got a problem with that. And some of these black folks don't have a problem with it because they don't know no better. Yes, sir. That's just one article. Let me pull up another one. See, this is what you can type in. MLK family wins federal lawsuit. Okay. Just go. Let me see what this said. See, this right here is a satire website. In other words, it is well known that they can print lies. Okay, I'm gonna see what they say though. Not quite. Either it was or it wasn't. Let me see what it said. Mostly false. But anyway, it's true. It's true. You do your research about Snopes. Memphis jury found conspiracy led to King's assassination. I just showed you the conspiracy. The conspiracy right here. What is a government entity trying to persuade people to kill themselves? That's a conspiracy right there. That's a lawsuit right there. This is a document. This is a paper trail. This is a historical document. That goes your conspiracy right there. Hold on. Not gonna read that. Here's some more. Yeah, well, if you're black and you ain't been sleeping, you ain't been hiding under a rock, you already know we don't have a government. The Bible says we will be in the land of our enemies. That's what the Bible says. All right, well, let me move on. Let me see. Let me do another search right quick. If it wasn't no lawsuit, then let me see. It should come up nothing. Not Rodney King. Let me see. You type in Dr. King. But yeah, they won millions of dollars. I'm just doing this on a whim. Nevertheless, they did sue him. I read it's been like 4 or 5 years ago. I might have to dig down. But nevertheless. All right, let me keep moving. The fact that I just showed you that letter that the feds wrote to get him to kill himself, that in and of itself is evidence. Now, right here. Let me give y'all this.
Dr. Pepper earlier today. Here's what he had to say about the way Dr. Martin Luther King was actually killed.
Wow. He wasn't killed from the bullet that hit him on the balcony. He was taken to St. Joseph's Hospital, and he was killed in the emergency room of St. Joseph's Hospital by the chief of neurosurgery, Dr. Breen Bland, who came in when they were all working on him in the emergency room, and he said, "Get out of here, let that die." And as they moved out of the room, the last one out was a surgical nurse, Lula Mae Shelby. And when she heard them gathering up spit in their lungs to spit on Martin's body lying on a bed there, then she saw Dr. Bland take the catheters out of Martin's body and take the pillow from under his head and put it over his face and suffocate him. And that's how Martin King died. That's how he was really assassinated. Now, he might have died anyway from the bullet wounds, but he didn't. He was still alive and still breathing. The chief neurosurgeon, he intervened and he made sure that death would result.
Wow. Right? My jaw was on the floor. Now, Dr. Pepper knows this because the son of the nurse, Lula Mae Shelby, who died, but before she died, told her family, the son of this nurse told Dr. Pepper under oath. And when Dr. Pepper confronted a member of the Dixie Mafia, he said, yes, this happened. And actually that the chief of surgery was their family doctor. And that 3 weeks before the assassination.
Now, where is this Dixie Mafia? Where the feds at busting up the Dixie Mafia? Where the feds at busting up the Klan? Where the feds at the Aryan Brotherhood? Now all these white supremacist terrorists is waging war on them, see? The Most High is turning it on them. Let me go back.
Wow.
He said, yes, this happened. And actually that the chief of surgery was their family doctor. And that 3 weeks before the assassination, he visited them and said, hey, if the bullet doesn't kill him, make sure he goes to St. Joseph's because we will make sure that he dies. Now let's talk about this case, okay? This was a civil suit in 1999 where Pepper represented the King family. That's
the civil suit. This is the lawsuit that I was trying to show y'all earlier. Okay? That's what she's talking about. 1999.
And that really made the family feel like they had closure. And like I said, it was the only trial ever held. The Memphis jury in this case decided that local, state, and federal governments were liable for King's death, and that this was a real conspiracy, a conspiracy between the U.S. military, the Memphis PD, and Dixie Mafia, these crime figures
This
in
is a
Memphis,
civil
Tennessee.
case. This is just for the audience.
Right,
This is a civil case that was brought, much like the OJ case,
right. Where a
where
jury
they couldn't find him guilty here, but finally when a civil jury heard it, they came out
It was
with a
the only
contract.
trial, yes. And there was 30 days of trial, and over 70 witnesses were heard. And Dr. Pepper told me earlier today that it took the jury less than an hour to decide after these 30 days
That
of
this was
trial.
a true conspiracy
Correct.
where others may have been involved,
Correct.
other than the person who was accused.
And that James Earl Ray was the fall man, and that he was unwittingly, unknowingly part of this conspiracy. And the real shooter, I gotta say this, even though we can't get to the whole story, was Frank Strouser. He was a Memphis police officer, the best shot in the Memphis PD, and he was the one who actually fired the fatal shot.
Okay. That's just another layer. Let's see, MLK. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Can I pull this up? Let me see. She said 1999. Look at this. Deceptive site ahead. Let me go back there. I got a pop-up blocker. Who is this? This is Australian. It might be. It might be. I don't know the Australian for Liberty. There you go. I need one more word. 1999. Memphis jury finds conspiracy led to MLK Jr. Okay, what the feds that cleaning this up then? Since fingers pointed at them. Where is they refuting this evidence? Huh? Anyway. I'm just scanning through it. There you go. This is the Fed. This is the feds at work. The white folks ain't got a problem until they come home and bite them in the butt. Then they got a problem. All right, now, this is gonna touch on them trying to label black folks, black identity extremists. Just because people like me are tired of dying, and we refuse to die quietly, they're gonna put a label on us. All right. Let me see. Let me see the 3 minutes. See what this go. Now I got one for PBS News out. Where is that? Hold on. Let me type in PBS. I found it earlier. Let me see here. This is it. This 5 minutes. Okay.
Here. Between 1956 and 1971, the FBI ran a counterintelligence program named COINTELPRO that was initiated by J. Edgar Hoover. COINTELPRO mainly targeted civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King, and it's commonly understood that this was an abuse of its surveillance power in a manner to suppress a peaceful movement. So I would like to ask Mr. Chair unanimous consent.
Don't miss that. A peaceful movement. If you go to digging into the background, it was a peaceful movement. The only problem is black folks is tired of being killed by the police. Black folks is tired of being killed by white supremacist terrorists. The same problem we got right now. That's the problem. They don't want to fix that problem because they are in favor of that. Your lack of actions is a selection, and it is protection for the terrorists.
COINTELPRO mainly targeted civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King, and it's commonly understood that this was an abuse of its surveillance power in a manner to suppress a peaceful movement. So I would like to ask Mr. Chair unanimous consent to enter this report into the record, which is Black identity extremists likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. I believe earlier you said you were not familiar with the report.
Now, why would the feds expect black people to target police officers? Why would the feds expect black people to see the police as the enemies? Could it be that the foundation of the police department come from the slave catcher? And they could kill black folks at will. Could it be that they've been killing black folks the whole time since the inception and nothing has been done about it? Could it be that they know that they are guilty of genocide against black folks, and they know black folks has a track record of getting tired and protecting ourselves? Could that be it? But to the contrary, now they got to worry about these white supremacist devils that they keep ignoring. And you know what? I would feel nothing if they kill each other. I would feel nothing at all. So wouldn't. Both of my enemies.
Officers. I believe earlier you said you were not familiar with the report. Is that correct?
Well, I haven't read it. I know some of the alleged targeting of officers by
Okay, so I would
group.
like to know, and I'll ask you about that in a
Y'all, hold on. I'm going to end this live. Hold on. I'm going to end this live over here on these other streams. Getting a little bit too heated. Hold on. I'm going to end the live over here. I'll tell everybody to come over. All right, hold on. Let me see here. Y'all, let me drop the link in the chat. Well, I showed y'all where I was at. Hold on. This is where I'm at right here. Let me show y'all over here. Let me show y'all where I'm at. Shalom, Brother Sly, Helen, and B1 Queensland. Y'all come on over. Y'all come on over. I forgot. Yeah, I'm laying back and I'm streaming on 2 different platforms. Y'all see the channel? I think I did a video on that last night. I did a video last night over here. Right here. All right, y'all see where it's at. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat so you can hit that link and come on over. Y'all look for Brother Mikael tonight. He working on some heat too. All right. Y'all look for him later on tonight. He got some heat too. Let me drop this link in the chat. That's the link right there, y'all. Y'all come on over. You can go to Rumble. I'm also streaming the Rumble. All right, I'm finna end this video, fam. Y'all hit that link. I showed y'all where to go, all right? Shalom. The avatar that I'm right here is the channel. All right, Shalom, fam. Come on over, hit that link.